Good afternoon, everybody, and we're going to get right into our Trading Logic Daily Recap. Today was a very weird day, very, very strange day. I mean, the market was cranking, everything was moving, but the pre-market movers were horrible. Like, there was not one quality pre-market setup that you could day trade right off the bell that made me go, oh boy, look at that. And usually there's at least one every day, sometimes 5 or 6, but at least one. But today it wasn't there. The one that all eyes were on was SRNE. That was a huge one. But we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm going to move right in along here, and if you could, please like us and follow us and all that good stuff so we can keep bringing you content. Okay? Thanks so much. Well, okay, let's get right into it, and we'll start with the epic fail of the day, maybe the week, maybe the month. I'm not sure, but this one was not good. Like I mentioned on Twitter in the morning, we brought that up. This one was trading. It's not something normally I would want to look into trading because the float was like 116 million shares, which is really, really high. Try to keep it like around 3, 4, 5 million. 116 is a scary number because if it goes south on you, it takes so much to turn it around and get it back going in the other direction. But it was trading so fast. It was, it was like 1 million shares a minute, basically, or maybe even a little more. But it was one of those things that because it exploded like it did, it went from like $7, jumped up to like $9, then jumped up to 10, and 10.50 or 10.68 or something was the high. By the time this thing got to the open, it pretty much had exhausted itself, and it was just, it was ugly. It was real ugly. It was carnage right off the bat, just boom. And as a matter of fact, it got halted going down. Then it tried to make a little comeback, poked the VWAP a little bit, and collapsed down again. Came back up, poked the VWAP a little more at around 11-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, and it's just been sinking like the Titanic ever since. So that there right there is a perfect example of the dangers of trying to trade a massively loaded stock, in float, in the amount of shares that are out there. Trying to trade something like this in a day trading vernacular, it's very, very difficult. And like I showed, like you can see by the chart, when it failed hard. And it's like it's the difference between turning around a little fighter jet or trying to turn around like a 767 jumbo jet. It's like the fighter jet, zip, you make a hard left, nobody sees you, you're gone. And jumbo jet, you're just groaning along for miles before you can turn. Well, it's the same thing here. It just, it just faltered and died, and it was over. So we're going to stop harping on that one. That was a bad one. We said to watch it. We didn't say to do anything with it, but that it was just out there as far as the one stock that everyone else was watching. So hopefully you didn't get into that, or you shorted it, one or the other. Then we're gonna move on to CANF. Okay, CANF. Listen, every little bit helps. Okay. Yes, there was some explosive, holy moly stock. I made so much money today at CANF. No, it's not. So, and I'm the last person who's going to say that. However, it's these guys that really, if you go back after, a year of trading and look at stuff and take these little wins out all along the way, most traders that trade, the way that I do and most day traders do, will look at that and go, wow, that was a lot of my money right there. So, it's kind of like how Vegas and places like that got smart and started really catering to people that put quarters and nickels and dimes and dollars in the slot machines. You would think, hey, well, let's cater to the guys who are going to be high rollers, $10,000 a hand. Well, there's not many of them. However, when you get, a couple of hundred bus loads a day of retired people all coming in there to dump their coin, they all of a sudden realized, you know what, we got to start catering to these people. So, because those people are the ones that, help make up the difference. They pay for all the costs and expenses of running a casino, and then the higher rollers give you your profit. Same thing with your account. The smaller ones, nothing you're going to remember or brag about later on down the road. But at the end of the year, you go, glad I did those. So CANF, big mover. We said to watch it around $2. It had a little bit of a resistance point under there, about $1.98. If you got in there, fine. If not, it doesn't really matter. But if you got into $2, it went up to $2.09. A little win, maybe $90, $100, or depending on whatever you're trading, however much you're trading. But, it's almost a 10-cent move. And like I said, those little 10-cent moves, they add up. So we talked about if it got a little bit of a volume surge, that it could make a move. And sure enough, it did. You can see with the arrow pointing and that white line there that we got a volume surge and the stock went up. So that was a good thing. So if you got in there, good for you. Good for you. You made a couple of bucks. Okay, and on speaking of, very unsexy, non-home run type of stocks, but money makers, profit makers, we are moving on to CONN. This one had a quick pop, which was not too bad. We had talked about it in the pre-market, about looking around the 460 area. When we put the info out, it popped up a little bit to 461, 462 in the pre-market. So, if you got in and around 462 in the pre-market, that would have been fine. Or you could have waited for the bell and got in at 465. Because we had also talked about volume. The volume, as you can see, where it's circled on the bottom, the volume really exploded right off the bat. And we had another quick 10-cent pop. So 65 cents to 465 to 475. If you got in at 462 in the pre-market, you picked up an extra 3 cents. And depending on what you're comfortable trading with, there you go. You made some money. So again, not a big, movie star kind of pick here. Not all filled with glitter and glitz, but a very blue-collar workman-like pick that just makes some money for you. Well, so it was to wrap up the day. We had one stock without really a recommendation, just to keep an eye on it. There was really no good rhyme or reason on that one. There was no good positive spot to go long or go short or range or whatever with that one. So that one's just a push. But we had the other two, CANF and SONN, two small winners. But doesn't matter. If you win the World Series by 1 run or 15 runs, everybody remembers you just won the World Series or the Super Bowl or whatever other sports thing you want to attached to that. But I hope some of these things have helped you. Some of the recommendations on Twitter, as far as what we're looking at, and we hope to keep on doing this in the future for you every day. And if you could please like us on Twitter, really important, and give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter. Thumbs up, like us on YouTube. Like, follow, whatever all this stuff is called. Just click some buttons. Hopefully you'll hit the right ones and you'll be on our team. All right, but this content's going to be coming to you every day. So be ready. Like it or not, here it comes. Let's hope we have ourselves a good morning tomorrow. And there's a little bit more to choose from for specific opening bell day trading, day trading action. Today it was slim. It was very, very, very slim. The market as a whole did wonderfully, but you'll see that happen a lot with day trading. When the market's exploding, doing great, day trading opportunities seem to dry up a little. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right. Until then, everyone have a wonderful day. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them on Twitter at twitter.com/trading_logic.